Welcome once again to Cooking with Ava. And today we're going to look at something very new, and a lot of us may be very new to it. This is Fonio Banku, and this is perfect for those of us who are trying to check our weight, those of us trying to eat more healthy. And honestly, this is tastier than cabbage banku and those other banku we try to do when we are doing keto diet. And so I'm going to recommend this for especially those of us who want to lose weight and avoid regular swallow from maize or corn. So this is fonio, and this is a special grade which is way healthier. If you read on the health benefits of fonio, you'll be so amazed by it. But this is a smooth form, so this has been milled into a powdery form, and I used 2 cups. Now I was measuring this for you to see because sometimes when you write cup, we tend to mix it up. So this is a standard cup, not what we do in the market. Over here, the cup of rice they do is like 2 standard cups. So this is a cup. So I measured 2 cups of it. And for the Fonio Banku, you should know that if you're taking 1 part of Fonio, you should be using like 2 parts of water. So what I tend to do is that I start cooking. When I'm doing the Banku, I use 1.5 parts of water. Then I heat it up with salt, let it come to boil before I add in the fonio. Then if I have to add any extra water, I add it in as I'm cooking. So the half I left, I'm going to add it in as I'm cooking. So the water has to come to a boil, like serious boiling. Then you add in the fonio and you knead it up. Forgive me, but over here I'm supposed to be pouring and then mixing. But shooting sometimes, I was I was not well positioned to hold both and then still be recording and mixing it. So forgive me for that. But usually you need to be pouring it in bits and then kneading it as you're going. So I'm just going to mix this up like the way we do banku. It's just going to be today or banku now. And I'm also say a so. So this one is like you feel the same feel like you're eating banku. So it's not like you are robbing yourself of what you regularly eat. So that's why I said it's perfect for those dieting and those trying to be more healthy. And this is very, very nutritious. So when it comes to even your kids, when you're trying to feed your kids or introducing them to food, fonio is one that you really have to look out for. So I'm just going to do it just like you do banku. I'm going to have water by the side and then I'm going to cover this up so that it cooks, the heat goes in there perfect. And let me chip in some of the benefits of fonio. Fonio is a good source of vitamin B vitamins, which include thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, which are very good when it comes to growth and development, as well as the function of cells, and most importantly, energy production. So when it comes to fonio, you really, really need these essential grains in there. So once the water is in, I'm just going to let it cook for a while so that the heat goes in there. It's just like you doing banku. You don't need too much water in there, but you need a lot of heat. So I'm just turning this for the other part to also cook beautifully. When we're looking at fonio, another key thing about this is that it is less in cholesterol. So it's generally cholesterol free. And it has a lot of fiber. And we know fiber helps you with your digestion. And if you want to have free bowels and all those things, you need some fiber in your diet. And it's also very low in sodium. And the beautiful thing is when you put even small salt in, it tastes nice. So you can even decide to even eat it without or with it. So it's low in sodium and is gluten free. So those of us who have gluten allergies from wheat and some of those other cereals, you can use gluten instead. So gluten is generally gluten free and it has less fat, but it has a lot of energy in there. So when it comes to this banku or the swallow as the Nigerians like to call it, is something you really, really have to try it out. I'm just going to be mixing it up to put it all together beautifully, and then I'm going to end up molding it for eating. So I used my plate, I fold it up, Then I scooped the quantity I wanted, and then I wrapped it beautifully in my cling fling, which is very cool and neat, especially when you have guests or visitors around. And don't only do it for your guests and visitors. When you're eating yourself too, make sure that you pamper yourself and make your food look decent, neat, and nice. You can also use your Banku rubber to just do it around your margarine rubber to mold it. So I used the cling fling with the aid of my plate to mold these ones in there. And you see the texture. It's just like you doing banku or you doing like smooth, very smooth rice balls. So if you want to run away from rice and the corn and bring in some variety and also reduce some of the carbo nature of some of these ones, you can just go to the switch to the fonio. So I just wet my bowl and then I scooped it in. Then I use a bowl to make it into a ball. So this is another way you could do your fonio, and that works perfect if you're going to eat it instantly. So I did mine and I ate it with my Yimadie Oko stew. That recipe there, it is on the channel. You'd have to check it out. It is super, super guy. It's super slimy. So those of us you like very, very slimy okra, you'd have to check that recipe out from my channel. I'll leave the link below as well. Thank you for supporting us. You can support us more with your views, watch, likes, and of course, subscribing and sharing with others. So we'll see you in the next food video. Do live life to the fullest. Be joyous, be merry. Lots of love for my team and I.